Alright everyone, welcome in. I apologize the big light is not on because I just can't take it right now. And so, yeah, that's the vibe. I can't take the big light. So, that's that. We're just gonna let what flows flows. So, what is it that we have for the best and highest good of the collective tonight? Any messages for the best and highest good for this collective? All right. So I'm hearing tenacity and endurance. So someone's been having to exercise their endurance. Let's go ahead and see. Okay. Perhaps we're going after what it is that we wish to be fulfilled emotionally. I'm getting like almost the alignment between my inner and my outer worlds. For some of you, this could be in regards to family, that ultimate wish fulfillment, and it just flows in harmony, everything coming together. So we're really working for what it is that to keep and sustain what it is that makes our heart happy. All right, everyone. Some of you, I'm feeling like, kind of like you're trying to pull this. For some of you, I'm feeling like it could have been for a long time, like this effort of like trying to pull it towards you, whatever this is. And it's always like as soon as you get your grasp on it, it like pulls away. Ooh, we have the Chariot. And the Hierophant. Ooh, ooh. Okay. So you're on a mission. It's almost like you're on some type of like secret, divinely orchestrated mission. So you're really having to trust the process as well. All right, let's go ahead and get a little more. What else about? Whoop. Okay. So yeah, you're having to, you're really like saying goodbye to the past, and or trying to pull yourself up from a set of really painful experiences, perhaps even betrayals. Well, we got a lot of swords coming out here. Yeah, to get yourself on the right path. I'm like, it's like these, I don't know why I'm hearing like false senses of securities. Maybe you had to go through a little bit of an awakening or a tower type moment, and you're like realizing, or have like these different set of glasses that have been put on you, and you're like perceiving certain situations differently, and you're having to make some really hard choices about the responsibility that you have to you to move forward away from these things, or things that are more in alignment to you. Now there's something with like people. All right. So someone's stuck in their head, or could have been stuck in their head. Someone that's really confident and like kind of someone that you wouldn't expect is in their head. Someone that you wouldn't expect to be in their head is in their head. Yeah, what did I say? Like that new perspective, that new set of glasses, having to look at stuff differently. You could have a little bit of like a hyper focus. Okay, yeah, with temperance, exactly. You could have a little bit of a hyper focus right now on all of these things that have occurred. I'm just getting like you really don't want to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. You really want to, like I said previously, that word alignment is coming back into play. Like, you really want to operate from a place of alignment so that you can walk in what's meant for you and what you feel like is right for you genuinely. Yeah, you could have had to have a lot of patience. Or it could be really important to be patient with yourself right now as well. Victory is here. Hard work you've been putting in is paying off. It's like a public victory. So I don't know if like, and it is coming out under that 10 of Swords. So you could find yourself experiencing some type of like recognition that is in front of a group of people that could have previously talked down on you. They're telling me to look on the bottom here. It's the Queen of Vials. Or they could have weaponized with the Queen of Vials here. They could have weaponized the capacity of your heart. That could have betrayed you. Some of you, this could probably be like, I don't know, like an ex-partner, or maybe even like family members. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You don't have to force anything to fit. Yeah. Something has become really clear. Something has become really apparent. What else? They're telling me to split. Oh. Yeah, so this is going to be like a public form of justice, something that's witnessed. You could be experiencing like a type of premonition. We have the Queen of Gems here that slipped out. Yeah, because you put yourself first. You could have had to work really hard. I'm hearing shunned now. Some of you could have been shunned. And so like you had to really like fight for yourself and prioritize you. And that's not easy, especially if that rug is kind of like pulled out from under you. Wow. Okay, they tell me to put it back now. All right. Anything else? Yeah, 10 of Wands. I don't know, I feel like it's significant that it came out on this side. So it's kind of like I'm getting this idea of trying to prioritize what responsibilities are and aren't yours. So like in this process, you're also trying to navigate what it is that you need to carry. And if you don't have to carry something, i.e. like the responsibility for someone else's feelings or the responsibility for someone else's poor choices, you're not doing that. So it's almost kind of like learning how to discern what is mine, right? And what is going to add value to my life, what I put my energy into. If I pick up this wand, is this going to add or subtract to my life? And you're being really mindful of that. Yeah, what's worth your time, what's worth your effort. So for some of you, I'm getting two messages. So for some of you, you could be like kind of hanging in there right now, right? Trying to hang in there, and stay the course. But for another part of you, it's almost like I'm seeing like you're the hangman, is hanging downward. It's almost kind of like you're reaching up to cut that rope. It's like, let me go. Like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm moving on. Get me out of this tree. You know, I got places to go. There could be a little bit of a call to slowness here. That if you're feeling that urgency to rush, wow. That if you're feeling that urgency to rush, to perhaps pay attention to that, like why? And is there something that is happening right now that's making me uncomfortable and or providing that sense of urgency that I may need to look at that might give me a little bit of enlightenment, that if I don't pay attention to, maybe I might miss something that's important. With the Page of Gems, the Hangman in reverse, in Judgment, I'm almost getting this sense of learning the value of the balance between action and stillness, and its significance when it comes to kind of like you can't rush the process, you can't rush divine timing. And so it's kind of like, well, what do I do in between, in that liminal space, and how can I make it work best for me? That's great. I think that's something important that we all have to learn. Kind of like what's meant for you isn't going to miss you, and trusting in that. Well, you're on your mission. You're on the path. Ooh. 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 Yeah, there's something regarding the past here that's coming to light. Some of you, it could have been something that happened in childhood, or I'm hearing childhood or the recent past. So there's messages for a few of you out there. Wow. There might, someone may feel the need to bring forward this information in a way that's grounded, slow, and steady, being that it's a secret. It's a really important secret. Yeah, that someone's not at peace about. This could be like, could be regarding trauma, something traumatic that has happened previously. Yeah. Affecting someone's stability. But this is the 1111. So, wish granted. I'm also getting that for some of you, that there's an element to something that is being brought forth that is going to bring and or provide stability and or comfort to someone. And remember, we had this was going to be somewhat of like a public victory, that is going to unsettle or upset others. Have people in their head. Yeah, my shoulders just got really tense. So whoever's bringing this forth could be stressed out, because like they know this will be disruptive, and or you may have an inclination Or you may find yourself, fairly intuitive and have a sense that this is coming. You just don't know when, and that whole process of like knowing but having to wait, right? Kind of what we were talking about up here, could be stressing you out a little bit. Yeah, what did I say? It might ruffle some feathers, shake some things up, create some imbalance. It could also impact the stability of other people. What about the King of Vials? So this is not only involving someone that kind of like weaponizes and or manipulates emotions, but also they're not reciprocal in them, so they could be a bit of a narcissist. Whoa. Oh my God. Yeah, so I don't know if you're speaking out about this. Someone could be speaking out about this. If you identify with that Queen of Gems. Someone that is independent, single, knows their value, knows their worth, they're responsible, they're reliable. You could be speaking out about this, or someone could be speaking out about this. Yup. Justice there. Whoa. Let's get one more. Yeah, I'm really getting that someone is coming in to yes, someone is going to rectify and set this record straight regarding this, either you or this person, for what was done to them, for the things that happened to them unjustly, the ways that perhaps their own kindness was weaponized against them. They're telling me to keep going. Yeah, someone could be stepping up to protect you. Someone that witnessed this could be stepping up to protect you. Or validate you. Yeah, it's almost kind of like to transform and evolve you from this place of sorrows to provide that validation, that corrective experience, to rectify. Yep. I'm also hearing nurture, provide some type of nurturance. What about death? Yeah, I'm just getting so when it's in the reverse, it's almost kind of like that resistance of transformation. So some of you could be feeling a little bit of a resistance towards this, like, whole process. And or some of you also, I'm getting kind of like, because this isn't the end. This isn't how it ends for you. Like, whatever the current narrative is, like, that's not how it's ending for you. Yeah, the Eight of Cups is literally about endings and walking away, and it's in the reverse. Like, that's not how it ends for you. It could also be a sign of them together, like that resistance as well, like refusing to leave or end or close out a cycle. But you know, messages within messages, because it's collective in general. So take whichever one fits. Whoa. Oh my God. Okay, you highly intuitive fairy. Little curse breaker. Alright. See the High Priestess. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, because you're in tune, you're in alignment. And it's like things, this communication and or things are coming in, they're changing, they're going to pick up the pace like really fast now. It's almost kind of like you've I don't know if you've recently like shared your story, but it has really ignited a fire and a desire within someone. The mind is made up. There is no doubt about it. I heard path forward. The path forward has been made up. The mind has been made up. The path forward has been made up. I'm getting with this, it's almost kind of like, I don't know if you're into Hamilton. I know this is wild. But now it's almost kind of like having to choose that whole like who lives, who dies, who tells your story type element, especially like, I don't know, every time I use this deck, and I love this card in this deck because it talks about like that prophecy, right? And like prophecy is prophecy, fate is fate. It's like rarely can you alter that. And it's almost kind of like having to decide what that's going to be for you, and if you're going to believe that and allow that to come into alignment and choose the things that are in alignment with that. And so either you could have made up your mind in the path forward to what that is for you. It could be a person, right? The Lovers, the divine pairing. That soulmate type energy, and or someone could have made up their mind about this for you. I don't know, there's like something else here that's not represented in the cards, but I really feel like there's an element of vulnerability that's at play, that someone is seeing. And it's really resonating for someone about you. Whether this is like a divine partnership intimately, and or that king of swords we had there, regarding that protection type element. So it could be that relational aspect, and or that someone feels the need to come assist and or protect you at this time. I'm getting really quiet now. So I don't know, maybe like that element of sharing your story, that element of vulnerability, you stepped out into that scary thing. It's getting so hard for me to talk. It could have been really hard for you to do, and now you did that big scary thing, and now you're like, oh, and now you're almost kind of like wavering if that was the right thing to do or not. Alrighty, let's go ahead. Ooh. Get some of these. Any messages of guidance or reassurance for the collective at this time? Caching. So with this card, I'm really getting the idea of learning from experience and kind of like taking those lessons. Yeah, people are going to be mad. 7s could be significant. 9s could be significant. You could have exposed something with your story if you were speaking out. Distraction. Interesting. Yeah, what did I say? Like you have those different glasses on now, a different perspective. So maybe like it's easier for you to see through illusion. We did have the Hanged Man in reverse too, so maybe it would be in that like call to stillness, remember, that we were talking about. So it might be important to remember to take that time to get grounded, to see clearly, as to not get distracted. Yeah, what did I say? You could have been like shunned going through this, or have gone through that period of isolation. Yeah, choosing what to release, choosing what it is that your story is going to be, because it's not the end for you. And perhaps releasing this is a really important part of that journey, so that you'll be able to receive fully, right? Also with those, that what did we have earlier than we had it with the wands. Oh yeah, talking about like responsibility, what's yours, what's not, what's worth your time and energy, what's not. Yeah, illusion. What did I talk about with distraction? Almost like I'm psychic or something. Almost like I'm psychic or something. This too, going back to like identifying like what it was that false sense of security. And I'm almost getting with the dandelions, kind of like, it's important to pay attention to what it is that we idealize as well, because what we're idealizing may not actually end up being fulfilling. Let's get one more. Ooh. Yeah, that coming out of that period of survival. Like you had to fend for yourself. It's okay, guys. I can't make this up. Bond is here. Sixes are about victory. We also have the Lovers here. Yeah, so we have that sacred pairing again. It's coming out. If that's what you want. Dare I say there's an opportunity for love. Alright. Yeah, someone could just really not want to make the same mistakes that they have previously, whether that's because, you know, just their experiences within their family, maybe they didn't have the best role models, or maybe they have a fairly traumatic past, and or perhaps, you know, just the goal of it relationally hasn't always panned out, kind of like, you know, kissing frogs, and or just being a little bit overgiving and taken advantage of in the past, and like letting that go and opening ourselves up to the possibilities, right? I like it. I like it. Alright guys, well if you enjoyed this reading, go ahead sprinkle a little love on the like, it just helps out the channel. And I will see you in the next one.